Something big is unfolding, and many people are already talking about it. Reports say the United States has sent about 200 troops and advanced drones into Nigeria, and naturally, that headline alone is enough to get anyone's attention. But here is where it gets interesting. The real story is not exactly what many people think it is. These troops are not here to fight on the front lines. They are not taking over military operations. Instead, they are here to support, observe, and provide intelligence that can help Nigerian forces respond faster and smarter to security threats. And those drones everyone is talking about are not just flying cameras. They are powerful systems that can stay in the air for long hours, watching movement across large areas and sending real-time information back to the ground. So imagine this. Instead of soldiers going into unknown territory blindly, they now have eyes in the sky, tracking movements, spotting danger early, and guiding decisions. That alone can change everything in how operations are carried out. Now, let's talk about why this is happening now. Security challenges in parts of Nigeria, especially in the northern regions, have been increasing. Groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP have continued to launch attacks, and they are becoming more unpredictable. These are not small groups hiding in one place. They move, they adapt, and they take advantage of large, difficult terrains. And that is exactly where advanced surveillance becomes important. When you are dealing with threats that can move quickly across forests, villages, and borders, you need more than just manpower. You need information, and you need it fast. What makes this even more interesting is that this is not the first time both countries are working together like this. The relationship between the United States and Nigeria on security has been ongoing for years. Training programs, intelligence sharing, and strategic support have all happened before. But what we are seeing now looks like a stronger step forward, especially with the use of these high-level drones. At the same time, this situation raises important questions. Some people are excited because they believe this could help reduce attacks and bring more stability. Others are cautious, wondering if this could lead to deeper foreign involvement in Nigeria's internal security matters over time. And that brings us to a key point: balance. Support can be helpful, especially when it improves safety and saves lives. But many people also believe Nigeria must continue to strengthen its own systems so that it remains fully in control of its security decisions. Now, think about the bigger picture. Across West Africa, security challenges have been shifting. Some countries have reduced foreign military presence, while others are trying new strategies. With Nigeria being one of the largest and most influential countries in the region, whatever happens here will likely affect neighboring countries as well. So this is not just a local story. It is part of a larger regional situation that is still developing. Back on the ground, what really matters is how this support is used. If the intelligence gathered leads to quicker responses, better planning, and safer communities, then people will begin to see real impact. But if it remains just a technical presence without strong coordination, then the effect may not be as noticeable. And that is why many eyes are watching closely right now. Another thing to consider is how technology is changing modern security. In the past, operations depended heavily on physical presence. Today, information can travel faster than troops, and decisions can be made in seconds based on what drones see from miles away. This shift is changing how countries approach safety and defense. For everyday Nigerians, what they really care about is simple: peace, safety, and the ability to live without fear. So whether support comes from within or outside, the real question is, will it make life better for people on the ground? And that is where your opinion matters. Do you think this kind of international support is a smart move that can help Nigeria handle security challenges more effectively? Or do you believe the country should rely more on building its own independent systems without outside involvement? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this is a conversation everyone should be part of. And if you are finding this update clear and helpful, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss important stories like this. Your support helps keep these discussions going and brings more attention to topics that matter.
One thing many people are not talking about enough is what could happen next if this cooperation continues to grow. Right now, the focus is on intelligence and surveillance, but situations like this often evolve step by step. Today it is drones and support teams. Tomorrow it could involve deeper training programs, more advanced equipment, and even closer coordination between forces. And that is where things can become even more interesting. Because once real-time intelligence starts flowing consistently, operations can become more precise. Instead of reacting after an incident happens, security forces can act before situations get out of control. That shift alone can reduce risks for both civilians and soldiers. It also means fewer surprises and more control over difficult areas. But let's look at another angle that many viewers can relate to. Imagine living in a community that has experienced repeated security challenges. What people want most is not politics or strategy. They want to sleep peacefully at night, travel safely, and go about their daily lives without fear. If this new level of support can help make that happen, then many will see it as a positive step. However, there is still the question of trust. Some people are wondering how much access foreign forces will have, how long they will stay, and what limits are in place. These are important concerns, and they highlight why transparency and clear communication are necessary. When people understand what is happening and why, it reduces fear and builds confidence. There is also the issue of long-term impact. Support like this can provide a boost, but it cannot replace the need for strong local systems. Training, equipment, and coordination within Nigeria's own forces will always be the foundation. External help can guide and strengthen, but the long-term success depends on how well those lessons are used and maintained. At the same time, this development could send a strong message to groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP. It shows that Nigeria is not standing alone and that efforts to improve security are being taken seriously. Sometimes even that signal alone can influence how these groups operate. Now let's bring it back to something very real: results. People are not interested in promises, they are watching for change. Are attacks reducing? Are communities becoming safer? Are roads and towns more secure than before? These are the signs everyone will be looking for in the coming weeks and months. And if those results start to show, then this move could be seen as a turning point. But if nothing changes, then questions will only grow louder. So at this stage, everything is still unfolding. This is not the end of the story. It is just the beginning of a new phase that could shape how security is handled going forward. And once again, your voice matters here. Do you believe this partnership will bring real improvement to security across Nigeria, or do you think the country needs a completely different approach to solve these challenges? Drop your opinion in the comments, let's talk about it. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you stay updated as this story develops. There is still more insight to share on how this could affect the economy, regional politics, and even everyday life.